Hello, Beef Sticks listeners, and get ready for a double-headed thunder fuck.
Yes.
This will rock your world, shake your foundation, light up your life, and probably be anticlimactic.
Fat Mac, I have been to the Thunderdome.
All right, Mel Gibson, how was it?
It was Smackdown. With a few more lights and video screens, which I'm not sure yet if it adds or detracts. Because this isn't a bunch of people in an arena enjoying a wrestling show. This is a bunch of people sitting at their desks watching wrestling on a computer with video cameras pointed at their face, and they're alone, and they're just sitting there, and it looks like just photographs half the time.
Well, first of all, Pasty, I mean, you can't blame WWE for that because we know that pro wrestling fans don't really have girlfriends or friends, so it's not like there could be a group of them watching anyways. Let's just get that out of the way right now.
It's an interesting concept and a trying time, and I applaud WWE for making a move towards something different. I do like what it adds to entrances, as the entire arena effectively is being used. And they
before we start dissecting it, then do you want to bust off the top of the show and kind of give the listeners at home who don't want to subject themselves to SmackDown, let them know what exactly is going on.
Well, if you don't want to subject yourself to SmackDown, you can always subject yourself to SummerSlam coming up this Sunday, in which the Thunderdome will return. Actually, yes. So we'll get into this. The Thunderdome, WWE's newest attempt to interact with fans and improve TV ratings, was the talk of the wrestling world this week, and officially started today with Smackdown. But what is the Thunderdome? It apparently is a wraparound LED display that will have a rotating virtual audience. The virtual audience members will be placed on LED boards and will be able to view the match or segment live as it is occurring before the TV audience gets to see it. The fans in the virtual audience will be rotated every 15 to 30 minutes. After that time, the viewer could be repositioned to another location on the video board or removed from the live feed entirely. Viewers will not be in the audience for the entire show. It was noted that more enthusiasm of viewers shows, the more likely they are to stay in the live stream and could get a better location on the video boards to be seen on TV. Because that's what everybody wants, right?
Mark out, folks.
Eating
Mark
Cheetos
out
at your computer desk. Show me on TV, baby. There will be a moderator that it will interact with virtual viewers. It is not known if the moderator will tell viewers who to cheer or boo for. An entire team is in charge of the virtual audience production. Their jobs will be rotation, positioning, and removing viewers from the video boards, so no showing your nuts or butts or you'll get the can before the 7-second delay catches up. WWE has standby spots for Thunderdome in case the viewer feed goes out. They decide to leave the feed or they are removed for not following the rules. Regarding not following the rules, there is a feeling that they will be tested over the next several shows by people seeing how far they can go before they are removed for one reason or another. It's been said that if you are removed from the live feed, your name and email address will be added to a blocked list.
Oh, no.
They're not playing no games, Fat Mac. The feeling is getting through Monday's Night Raw would be considered getting over the mountain in terms of working out the issues that may arise. It was mentioned the worst thing that could happen is they lose their feed to the virtual audience members and would have to think on the fly as to what they should place on the video boards. It was noted that they have a backup plan, but it is not an ideal one that they want to go with. Oh boy,
like
can
Vince.
we stop and speculate on this for a little bit? Like, what is the not ideal backup plan? Is it like JR Kiss My Ass? Just
I'm thinking it's just a collage of Triple H just fucking pedigreeing and pinning people. Just a loop of all of his finishes.
There, of course, will be a time delay as programming.
Actually, you know what? Hold on. I don't mean to interrupt you, but you know, what if they just restreamed AEW's Dynamite? They might get more viewers that way.
That's the ticket.
Oh no, it went out. Just stream Dynamite from Wednesday. We're sure to get viewers. That's so mean. I shouldn't say things
That's
like
a
that.
good one. That's a good one. Of course, there's a time delay as programming on TV will be ahead of what you're watching. So if you are a virtual viewer partaking in the Thunderdome, this is done to keep the show running smoothly and to fix any issues that may come up that are fixable.
Flexible.
It also appears, sadly, no longer pay-per-views are back. What? It also appears that, sadly, the longer pay-per-views are back with the Thunderdome. We have learned that SummerSlam is expected to be 3.5 to 4 hours long. The shorter pay-per-views seem to be gone, at least for now.
God damn you, Thunderdome.
Damn you, Thunderdome. Need to play that song, but we can't.
All right, so now let's get into our thoughts and stuff. Did you watch basically the whole thing? Not saying you paid attention to
I missed like the first. I didn't get in until about 10 minutes in, so I missed the opening, which is something I didn't want to miss because I figured that'd be one of the cooler parts. But apparently it was just Braun Strowman getting attacked by the hacker group Retribution, and then the whole roster coming out to guard the ringside for 2 matches, and then they stopped guarding ringside. Miz was the locker room leader. It was weird.
That's WWE. They'll forget about it by the second commercial break.
It's just it's strange. You're gonna implement these new screens with people's faces on them, and then you're gonna have a bunch of wrestlers stand in the way.
I am interested in this Retribution thing, just because
there was like 30 of them tonight. I'm not liking that.
It makes me think of like they're probably not, but it makes me think of somebody back there was like, God damn it, T and our Impact's bringing back aces and eights. We got to do something to counter program them.
Yep, they're trying to counter program AEW, but they also have to think about Impact at the same time. I was just thinking about that this morning, like trying to juggle all of this. It's beautiful watching them try.
Right. It's so I'll be interested to see who it is. Obviously, if there's like 30 of them in the ring, they don't have a plan for 30 wrestlers to be unmasked as it.
Yeah.
And unless I see 2 possible goals. One, it being like another Nexus, like an NXT thing. The other thing I could see is, depending on how long they're going to draw it out and what they feel the future is of travel and wrestling, if it was like the UK people.
Yeah.
Like the NXT UK guys or something, or maybe like Evolve guys. Because I did notice on the network now they do have Progress and Evolve, some Progress and Evolve shows on there, which is interesting. It seems to be just 2019 shows, and then like they got a Best of Evolve for Keith Lee and a Best of Evolve for, I think, Gargano and some of those things, so I don't know.
CM Punk put out an interesting tweet that it could be the grandchildren of all the promotion owners that Vince put out of business. That'd be really cool.
That would be hilarious.
That would be nice. Just something completely out of left field. Like, I don't just want to... I'm hoping this isn't just going to be some amalgamation of superstars who are already in the company.
Or just a bunch of nobodies we don't know with one face that we know.
Yeah.
I mean,
and for the love of God, don't let there be 30 of them. And I don't know how you're going to explain that away once you do a reveal of like 6 people.
Yeah, that's pretty simple to do, I think. I don't know. The Dark Order started with like 12 some odd people, didn't it?
Yeah,
and I know,
yeah.
Like
that's funny too, because it feels like they're countering Dark Order and Aces and Eights in one move, or trying to, and it doesn't work as well.
And both Dark Order and Aces and Eights, I know for a fact, they had people under those hoods before they had any idea who was going to be in the group. It was like, we got a story, we can write the end later.
Yeah, and I like that Dark Order is more of a 90s cartoon villain organization, so they're pretty funny. I don't know if you've seen any of the Being the Elite stuff. They got some really funny skits and sketches where they're all really shitty at everything. It's good.
I have not got to catch any of them. I do just want want to state for our listeners, too, if you hear any background noise, it's thunderstorming pretty hard down in Fat Mac's area, so I apologize for that. I'm trying to...
Thunder in the Thunderdome.
right? It's pretty poignant, but I'm trying to kind of... Maybe I won't. I was going to say I'm hovering over the mute button so that when I'm not talking, I can mute it, but it's like, maybe we'll just...
I haven't heard anything, so I think we're okay.
Well, I've been muting it in between when I'm not.
Well, then don't
talking.
worry about it. Just leave it. This is the Thunderdome.
I'm going to leave the Thunderdome.
Double-headed thunderfuck.
It's rumbling in the Thunderdome, brother.
Oh, yeah. Woo. No, all in all, it felt like a regular SmackDown. The entrances are enhanced. I like to see that. I want to see more. I'm looking forward to SummerSlam, actually, surprisingly. Not for the matches though. Just to see what they do with this.
Right. Just for the gimmick. Just for
one thing that pissed me off is even before this we were messaging back and forth, and I said I really wanted to watch it. I think the Fiend is what's going to be the best for it. Him taking control of the panels and using them, or putting filter of Fiend masks over the audience faces. Yep, I can imagine so much amazing shit that the Fiend can do with this setup, and they're doing it through the end of October. That means we're getting Hell in a Cell. This is the Fiend's playground, boys and girls, and I guess Retribution too, if they are hacking and flickering lights, which I think is stupid because they're just doing the Fiend's early gimmick now, and the Fiend's like still in the main picture. That doesn't sit well with me either. But, sat through the entire 2 hours of SmackDown matches I didn't really care about. Nothing special being done with the setup. Waiting for, a Braun Strowman Bray Wyatt segment. And I got it at the end, and the whole thing was backstage, and it didn't show any of the arena for any of the thing. It was terrible. I was very disappointed. And now here we are talking about it.
See, and I agree with you. I think that's where the Thunderdome is really going to flourish, is by having they've been doing a lot with they've always been doing a lot with the Titantron, but they've really been doing now a lot with like the 3D stuff and things like that, and that's what I kind of look at this Thunderdome thing, which for all we know will last past October. We just know it's at least until then.
Yes. And
they've talked about trying to make it more mobile so that they could bring it to other arenas, which would be super difficult, but it'd be interesting. But I think you can do promos on it, you can do highlights, you can do graphics, and I think if they're smart, I think they really could sell advertising on there. You could have animated advertising, you could have colorful advertising, you could have advertisers pay for more coveted spots or bigger, sections of the screen or things like that. I think that's something they don't want to miss out on, at least to me.
You can have family members of people who work for the company on the cameras eating their Snickers bars or KFC buckets.
Right. I wonder if that's something that you could do as just a regular fan on theirs, their Kickstarter, whatever the hell they
they said you can use their sponsored products.
Yeah, it's like maybe you'd get a better chance of getting more screen time and getting on the hard cam if you were actually drinking a Mountain Dew and eating a Snickers.
I need to go get a Kickstart hat. I'll be in the front row.
That's hilarious.
That's another thing too, is I was surprised I wasn't totally paying attention, but I didn't see the normal guys in the front row, and I kind of expected that. You know what I mean?
I don't know what you mean.
Yellow smiley shirt guy with the goatee. The 4 guys who always sit in the front of WWE.
Oh, the guys that buy tickets.
Yeah.
Well, it's because they weren't buying tickets.
So if WWE was charging for it, if WWE was, those guys don't buy tickets. Those guys are family members of crew or something.
Those guys buy fucking tickets every time.
No, they fucking don't.
Yes, they do. They are spoiled little rich kids that fucking buy tickets years in advance. It's pathetic. It is very pathetic. It's no different than old Doink Who Dinks, the Foley. He was the same way. Fucking what's his name? I call him Doink that Dinks the Foley.
That's next week's episode title. I'm putting that in there right now.
Noel Foley's fiance, who's a clown. You have any idea what I'm talking about?
I don't pay attention. I'm not the Osbournes fan.
Well, no, he was one of those guys you're talking about. He was always in the front row, always on a hard cam